What is up, water signs? Thank you for tuning in to the extended portion of your Russian Gypsy fortune telling card reading. All right, if you did not catch the intuitive portion on my main channel, Southern Strega Tarot, pop on over there and do that first, or this, well, I mean, it still is a message, whatever. But I did my little intuitive take before, and this is the book version of these symbols that you pulled for yourself. All right. So I'm just gonna bust on through and read all the water signs, the matches that they got, and let you know what the book says about that. Alrighty. Let's get started with Cancer. And if you guys wanted to book a personal reading and get one of these done for yourself and your energy, all that info is down in the description box. Check it out. Make sure you're also subscribed to this channel and my main channel. Throw up some likes, bells, whistles, all that good stuff to help me fix my algorithm since it's trash right now. So yeah, all right, let's get it on with your reading. So Cancer, you're going to be at 105. All right, Cancer, you pulled several cards today. The first one was, I'm just going to go in numerical order so I don't have to keep flipping through the book like a crazy person. The first one you had was the Clover, number 2, and it was facing to the south. The Clover, it says the period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for luck, all right? The meaning in the south-facing position, which you had, is happiness and fulfillment of desires. The general meaning of this picture, it says the clover is a plant that enriches the soil. Consequently, it has been associated with good pastures and good luck. Nature is going out of its way to enrich your life. You have little to do other than enjoy the bountiful harvest. The clover generally refers to one's immediate surroundings or environment. This includes your home, job, family, or recreational material surroundings. You are happy because good luck is smiling at you rather than due to the details. The ironic aspect of this picture is that sometimes we are happy without knowing it. The picture is a gentle reminder to count our blessings when the going is good. You had it in position 1, all right, facing south. It says the clover brings happiness and fulfillment of desires. The picture tells you that luck is with you now. Good things will come your way by pure chance. If you have asked a question on the outcome of some matter, then you know that it will turn out well, making you happy. You might already be having the good luck. The picture covers events shortly preceding the reading as well as present and near future happenings. The clover picture is strong and refers to fulfillment of important desires in your life. You could meet the man or woman of your dreams, get the job you have been dreaming of, or stop smoking for the final time. Oh, please come through with that. All right, next one, Cancer. Let's just go in order. You had 15. I believe that's the bear. Yep, 15 is the bear, and you had that facing south, which is position 1. Period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for work, effort, and with good results. All right. Your meaning is with caution, happiness will not elude you. The general meaning overall of the bear is our inborn brute strength and resilience. At a certain time in human evolution, the bear was worshipped, perhaps for its tremendous strength. However, a bear does not depend only on its strength to kill for food, but can also consume berries, catch fish, and even find ingenious ways of obtaining honey. Having filled itself, a bear can hibernate during cold, lean times. The early cavemen and women had to lead lives similar to that of the bear. It is understandable that they would worship the survival instincts of the bear. The picture tells us to be like the bear, to trust and follow our natural instincts for survival, which include knowing when and where to seek sustenance and when to lie low. In position 1, as you guys had it, with caution, happiness will not elude you. What you want is out there and can be obtained by you. It will bring you happiness as well, but you must be careful. Don't rush in, as cautioned by the old proverb, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Be like the bear, look the situation over, check for any traps, and only then go for the desired objective. The picture usually deals with aspects relating to your basic survival, which would include such things as your job, business, or any projects that will, in the long run, make your life more comfortable. All right? So that was the bear for you, Cancers. Let's see what's next. 23, the mice. You had 23, the mice, and you had it facing in the 3rd position to the west. The period of influence is immediate. It's a symbol for loss or finding of material articles. This, in the third position, refers to a theft. The general meaning of this picture, it says, mice are industrious little animals that exist on what they can forage or steal around the house. Thus, the mice picture symbolizes the loss or finding of material goods. It is a relatively minor picture unless what you have lost is of value to you. The picture is helpful in that it tells you whether to exert energy searching for the object or not. In your position 3, it says a theft. Don't leave valuable goods lying around as they may be taken in the same way that mice eat food that is left out. Make sure your doors are locked and the locks work properly. This is not a time to be careless with your possessions. Jewelry, cameras, bikes, and all such objects should be safely put away so that they are not a temptation to anyone. Be careful of the people around you and don't venture into unknown territory. Theft or robbery is possible. Remember, thieves don't like to be caught. Therefore, by taking preventative measures, you may avoid the theft. And this is like immediate influence. It's like short-term energy. Energy is fluid, all right? Don't be thinking you're going to be robbed all the time. But yeah, just be extra careful and cautious with your things right now, Cancers. Next one you guys had was 29, the money. And you had it facing two different directions because it was your anchor card and it also matched up with another card. So you had it facing to the east and south. So you had 1 and 2. Period of influence is middle. It's a symbol for money, duh. In position 1, you'll receive a substantial sum of money. And in position 2, you will find success or profit in an undertaking. All right. Both of those are good, Cancer. Bring it on. Your girl needs some good luck. Cancer energy for us. All right. The general meaning of the picture. The money picture is self-explanatory. It deals with money. The picture foretells of money that will be received, or it can indicate a favorable time for monetary gain. The nice aspect of the picture is that it indicates money to be received in every position. Material loss is shown by the ship picture in position 4. The money picture refers to legitimate, legal ways of making money. It also applies when you are speculating or betting in legal ways. The picture only tells you that it is a favorable time to make money. It does not guarantee that you will make money every time. Should the cards be used to determine timing for illegal activities, they will not give you the right answer. Position 1, you will receive a substantial sum of money. This picture usually appears just before you receive an income tax refund, a larger than usual paycheck, a bonus, a commission, or interest. Usually you're aware that you will be getting a large sum. Nevertheless, it is still a pleasant surprise when you get it. If you are entering negotiations of any kind, then the picture tells you that you will come out with a good settlement. You also had position 2. It says you will find success or profit in an undertaking. Your efforts are going to be rewarded. This is a good time to conclude any financial business that you have. It is also a good time to buy things that will appreciate in value, such as houses, furniture, antiques, some jewelry, or anything that you think is a good buy. You should also check any old stocks or bonds that you may have forgotten. Now is a good time to cash them in. Remember, bonds expire after a certain date and stop earning interest. Make sure that you check the dates to maximize your profits. If you're beginning a new business venture and this picture comes up, then you know that the business will be a financial success. That was a good one. Again, Cancer. Nice. All right, what is next? Let's see. 32, the moon, your own energy. And you had the moon facing south, which is position 1. Short to middle influence, the symbol for peace, the opposite of the tarot. The meaning, it says, although your life is uneventful, you have happiness nevertheless. The general meaning of the picture. The moon, like the sun, has been worshipped by many cultures. The sun is the overt radiator of energy, while the moon is the covert, hidden reflector of energy. The sun is the yang, the male force, while the moon is the yin, the female force. The moon affects us by its peace, beauty, and mystery. We are just as much attracted to calm, serene, and graceful people as we are to the radiant, full of energy types who represent the sun. Like the moon, to maintain life, so we need both aspects of ourselves to stay balanced. There are times when we need to act, and there are times when we need to be calm and reflect on life. Our Western culture places a great amount of value on activity, which, when carried too far, results in burnout and dissatisfaction. That is why many have been turning to the Eastern culture, to meditation and yoga, to provide the peace that is lacking in our modern urban environment. However, too much inactivity can also lead to unhappiness and misery, as seen in some parts of Asia. Thus, we have to learn to balance both sides of nature. The moon picture is always a reminder to us to appreciate the calm periods in our lives. The moon changes from full to half to quarter so that the calmness is not static, but ever changing. When we get this picture, it is time to relax, but not to abandon our dreams. All right. Next, you guys had 35, the anchor. And you guys had that in the southern or eastern position, number 2. Period of influence is middle, is the symbol for stability or hindrance. Your position, number 2, it says fulfillment of hopes and success on the sea. General meaning of this picture, the anchor refers to stability. Sailors use the anchor to secure their boats once they have reached a safe harbor. In the first 2 positions, the picture tells you that you have reached a safe haven in your life. Your love relationships, home, or work are safe, giving you protection and stability. Anchors can also be a hindrance, preventing movement. In the last 2 positions, this picture suggests that you may have doubts or have actually chosen a wrong place to anchor. So you have position 2, which is a good one. Fulfillment of hopes, success on the sea. Perhaps you have already or are about to receive what you have been hoping for. After sailing on the open sea, you are approaching your destination. This could be having the family that you want, the house of your dreams, the job that you have wanted, or anything that you have been working toward. Success on the sea can literally mean that your good fortune has something to do with the sea, or it can mean that whatever you are involved with, you should pursue full steam ahead as it will turn out successfully. Good one. I'm liking these so far, Cancer, except that theft one. You got 3 more. You had 39, the horse facing to the west. Let's see what that one says. Horse, period of influence, immediate, symbol for emotional upheaval. Big shocker there. You had number 3, west. Hold the reins firmly, otherwise you will stumble. It says the general meaning of the picture. The horse is a very powerful animal. From earliest times. Oh, y'all, my voice is trash. Anybody else like in complete pollen hell right now? Comment below. It's like a yellow dust cloud every day here in Savannah. All right, the horse is a very powerful animal. From earliest times, humans have admired the intelligent, sensible, noble, proud horse. In Greek mythology, the first horse, the winged steed Pegasus, sprang from the union of the god Poseidon and Medusa. Pegasus, together with his rider, were instrumental in exterminating the chimera, I can never say that right, chimeraria, I don't know. Chimeria is what I want to say. Chimera, a voracious fire-eating monster that symbolizes humankind's passions and basic earthly nature. At another time, Pegasus stamped his hoof to create the fountain of the muses. Thus, the horse has evolved as a powerful symbol of enlightenment and extermination of evil forces. At the same time, taming the horse led to tremendous upheavals in the world. Once the horse was used for transportation, great migrations resulted. But even more significant was human use of the horse for military purposes. Civilizations like that of the Aztecs were destroyed by relatively few Spaniards riding horses. Therefore, the horse can symbolize either intelligence and enlightenment or brutal, destructive power. In the cards, the horse stands for our emotions. In the same way that the horse is powerful, so are our emotions. They drive us to success or despair depending on how we learn to use them. The picture warns us of a powerful emotional experience that is to occur. It may be a happy event or a sad one. It is up to us whether to react in a positive or negative way. All right, and you had it in position 3. Hold the reins firmly, otherwise you will stumble. A person in a wagon with 20 horses pulling it has to have a firm hand on the reins, otherwise the horses may go in different directions, causing the driver and the wagon to stumble. In your daily life, you seldom have to drive a team of horses, yet you do get involved with many activities and your emotions are pulled in 20 different directions. The picture tells you to hold on tightly, don't give in to the pressure or exert unnecessary energy in any one area. It is good to remember that this picture refers to your immediate situation, that the emotional turmoil will end, just like the team of horses has to come to a stop. The important thing is to keep the emotions intact, to channel them to a positive conclusion. When the picture appears, most people know what it is referring to. It is a reminder to them the necessity to take control of the situation or to ease up. Parents sometimes get overly involved with the activities of their children. They can run themselves and the children ragged trying to do everything. Perhaps it is time to ease up, cut down on the number of activities so that you can enjoy what you are doing. God, tell me about that. I got like 8 a.m. soccer tomorrow and nobody wants to go. But you know, commitments. Gotta teach them not to bail out. All right, 2 more Cancer. You guys had cats, 41. And you had that in 3rd position, facing west. Period of influence is short. It is a symbol for hidden danger. It says, having received a blow, you will hide your feelings with dignity. The cat was first domesticated in Egypt about 2,600 years ago. The ancient Egyptians believed cats were sacred. They worshipped a goddess named Bastet, whom they pictured with the body of a woman and the head of a cat. However, cats have not always been well liked. During the Dark Ages in Europe, many people were afraid of cats. They thought cats had magical powers and were the friends of witches. Today, cats live all over the world as household pets, yet even though the cat has been domesticated for such a long time, it still maintains its wild characteristics and can strike out at any time. The cat picture represents someone who can be charming to you or can turn around and unexpectedly scratch you. Catty characteristics have been associated with female behavior. However, men can and do behave in the same fashion. Preach on that, all right? You have position 3. Having received a blow, you will hide your feelings with dignity. The blow can be bad news of any kind. Perhaps you have been fired, found out your spouse is cheating on you, failed a test, found out that you have some illness, or simply been slighted. Regardless of the bad news, you will be able to hide your feelings with dignity. By doing so, you are giving yourself time to adjust to the situation without outside interference. Everyone likes a winner and avoids losers. By acting like a winner, even in adversity, you gain the respect of others and improve your chances of recouping the loss. Remember, you are greeted according to your clothes, but accompanied according to your mind. Therefore, behave in your most dignified way at this time. All right. Let's see. That was cats. Now you have fire, 44, facing to the west. Fire, period of influence, short to middle, symbol for passion. It says, out of the frying pan into the fire. Our first reaction to fire is that it is a destructive force. Once a fire takes hold, it is difficult to stop or contain until it burns itself out. So it is with people's passion. Once passion is ignited, it is difficult to stop. Even though unexpected fire can cause a lot of damage, fire was one of humankind's first and greatest discoveries. The ability to control fire and use it in constructive ways enabled humans to leave the Stone Age. So it is with passion. Passion has inspired some of the best works of art, literature, music, architecture, and engineering. Fire can also indicate flourishment, the flourishment of ideas or business ventures. It can also indicate the passion of our hearts. The picture warns that passion will take hold of you. It is up to you to use it for positive results. You had position 3. You will go from the frying pan into the fire. You are in a hot position right now, and it will only intensify in heat. The only way to rescue a piece of meat that slips from the frying pan into the fire is to quickly remove it from the fire. If you hesitate and leave it in, it will burn and be useless. Thus, it is with you. Whatever you are involved in is getting out of hand and should be abandoned at this time. If it is a love relationship, then it is leading to destruction and should be stopped. If it is a business venture, then it is time to pull back and consolidate your gains rather than expand. You can always go back to the project later, as you can put the meat back in the frying pan if it is not cooked enough. At the present moment, realize that quick decisions and actions are necessary on your part to save the day. Some people enjoy intense heat and can flourish in it, but to most of us, the picture is a warning of danger. I work better under pressure. I don't know about y'all, but I'm like a level 10 procrastinator. All right, Cancer, those were all of your lovely book messages. If you would like a personal reading to see what random symbols pop up for you and get my intuitive take on what your cards say, Hit your girl up in the description box below. My email address, ASouthernStrega@gmail.com, and I would be happy to do your reading for you. Love you, Cancers. I'll catch you next time. Bye. All right, Scorpio, let's get it on. All right, you guys had a lot of messages. All right, the first one you had was number 1. Way to start it off strong, Scorpio. Number 1 is the Cavalier, who looks like the Page of Swords to me. His period of influence is immediate to short. It's the symbol for news. You guys had that facing the east, which is the number 2 position. It says unexpected happy news. Thank Jeebus for that. I need it, Scorps. The general meaning of this picture says the Cavalier was a gallant gentleman, most often seen serving the king or helping ladies. He was a carrier of news before the coming of the post office. The news was generally of an important nature. However, the news could be frivolous or gossipy when dealing with women. The Cavalier today would be a bureaucrat, a lawyer, or someone working in middle management, someone who has the power of controlling information. Thus, the news you will be receiving will be of an official type or gossip relating to the inside information the Cavalier has. Usually, it will be oral communication. The picture can indicate the answer to questions that you have asked. For example, if you have applied for a job, the picture can tell you if you will hear a positive or negative response. However, it only refers to the initial news, not the outcome of the situation. You may hear that you have been placed on a waiting list, which might be disappointing news to you, yet the outcome might be positive still. All right, and you had it in position 2, unexpected happy news. That's a new one. It says, this is something you have not been consciously seeking, yet when the news arrives, it will make you very happy. You may hear that your company is moving to a better location, or you may discover that the flu you thought you had is actually a long-awaited pregnancy. The news could also be of a gossipy nature, such as hearing that a politician that you hate has been involved in a sex scandal. Generally, you will be privy to inside information so that the news will excite you. Good time, Scorpio. Next, you guys had number 3, which is the Ship. And you had that in the number 1 position. The period of influence is middle. The symbol is for finances and adventure. And yours says you will receive an inheritance or a winning. General meaning of the picture, the ship is closely related to one's money situation. It speaks of riches and adventure. In the early days of exploration, ships set forth to discover new lands and bring back riches. The ship is similar to number 5 in numerology, which stands for adventure, travel, and experience. The picture encourages action of some sort. Whenever the picture is in position 1, one can take financial chances that normally would not be recommended, all right, which is what you had. And then it says, however, if the picture is in position 4, it's a warning to be careful in money or business matters. You had position 1, you will receive an inheritance or a winning. In modern days, this can refer to any unexpected source of money. This is an opportune time to buy lottery tickets, gamble, or take financial chances. It must be stressed that you are not going to win something every time the picture comes up, only that your chances of winning are greater during this time. Likewise, the money doesn't only come from your planned action, but can come from any direction. An inheritance implies... Yeah. Dinosaur book is cool. Let me see your dinosaur book. Come show Scorpios your dino book. What do you got? Good night, Utah? Good night, Utah. Come back here and say hi. Come here. Hi. Hi, little Virgo. Here you go. You gonna sit on the floor next to mommy and read your book? You show it to me. I'm gonna finish what I'm doing, okay? I'm reading this book to these people.
Look at that dinosaur standing there.
I know. Look at that guy. What kind of dinosaur is that?
A velociraptor.
A velociraptor? Nice. All right, let me finish my reading. I'm almost done. Aw, look at that guy. All right, be careful. Don't hit your head. All right, go take your little baby nap. It says, likewise, the money doesn't only come from your planned action, but can come from any direction. An inheritance implies that the money can come from some forgotten source. Perhaps you have a relative that you have forgotten about, or you have some old stocks or bonds that can be cashed in for a profit. This is a good time to close any deal that you began earlier. Commissions or bonuses may also be in store. A warning, the cards should not be used to make profit in an illegal way. All right. Then you guys had number 6. That is the apple, and you had it in position number 4, which is not a great one. The apple, the period of influence is immediate. It's the symbol for an encounter. This says an unpleasant occurrence in the near future. General meaning of the picture: like the student bringing an apple to the teacher to make him or her happy, the apple refers to little things that make us happy or cause irritation. This is not a major card in our life, yet it is important in determining our attitude toward daily occurrences. If we can learn to enjoy pleasant happenings and tolerate unpleasant ones, then we can lower our stress level and enjoy life more. Remember, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Position 4 says an unpleasant occurrence in the near future. This can refer to an actual argument with a sales clerk, neighbor, or former lover. The unpleasant occurrence is of a minor type and should not be allowed to spoil your day. If you can apply reason rather than emotion to the situation, you can negate the unpleasantness. The Russians kid that the farther you go into the forest, the more wood you will pile up. The proverb also applies to entering into disagreements. The more you argue, the more hurt piles up. At this time, don't add to the unpleasantness by being a bore yourself. Let the other person enjoy the role alone. Recently, the apple picture came up for me in a position 4. I wondered what might happen, thinking it could be something serious, and I was on guard. 2 days later, my friend and I went for a psychic reading to a place quite far from my house. Only 15 numbers were given out for turns at the reading, and in the shuffle, we ended up having the last 2 numbers. My friend kept her number, but I gave mine to a man who had come before me, but ended up without one because someone else had pushed in and grabbed a number out of turn. I could have been upset, but I felt that this was one of life's little irritations that was not worth getting upset about. We had a lovely lunch, my friend had a good reading, and I will go back another time. All right, deal with your problems, I guess, Scorpio. You guys also had number 8, the hearse. You had that in position number 2. It says immediate to middle. It's a symbol for danger to physical and emotional state. In your position, it says a loss of condition, although only temporarily. All right. General meaning of this picture: the picture at first appears frightening because it indicates death. However, it does not mean that death is imminent. It only warns us of the possibility. The firewood picture also deals with health problems, but of a more minor nature. When you get the hearse picture, you know that the problem is serious and not to be avoided. Unlike the other pictures, which are usually positive in position 1 and get progressively more negative, the hearse is the strongest in position 1 and weaker in position 4. If the picture appears completed on the last card in your layout, read only the meaning for the position in which it appears, not for position 1. You guys had it in position 2. It says a loss of condition or state, although only temporarily. This is a feeling of total helplessness, not knowing what to do. An emotional upheaval has left you temporarily unstable or off balance. The emotional upheaval may have been brought about by death in the family, loss of a job, finding out your spouse is unfaithful, children rebelling, or not knowing what to do next in your life. The positive aspect of the card is that it tells you that this is a temporary state. When you look at the situation carefully, you will realize that it is not of your doing. You can't change it, but only endure it. All of us have difficult situations thrust upon us at some times in our lives. If you can regard the situation as temporary, you can live through it with a minimum amount of damage to your health and emotional well-being. Good times, Scorpios. Let's see, what's next? 15 to the east. 15 is the bear. I think Cancer had that too. Yep, 15 to the east. It says your efforts will bear fruit. Period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for work, effort, and good results. It says the bear is our inborn brute strength and resilience. At a certain time in human evolution, the bear was worshipped, perhaps for its tremendous strength. However, a bear does not depend only on its strength to kill for food, but can also consume berries, catch fish, and even find ingenious ways of obtaining honey. Having filled itself, a bear can hibernate during cold, lean times. The early cave men and women had to lead lives similar to that of the bear. It is understandable that they would worship the survival instincts of the bear. The picture tells us to be like the bear, to trust and follow our natural instincts for survival, which include knowing when and where to seek sustenance and when to lie low. You guys had position 2, your efforts will bear fruit. Again, like the bear, you must work and exert effort in obtaining what you desire. A bear cannot afford to stay put and expect to survive. It must go looking for food. In the same way, you must seek your fortune and exert extra effort. We laugh at the image of a bear out on a limb, its face covered with bees, yet its paw reaching for the beehive that contains the nectar of the gods, honey. The bear knows that the reward is worth the effort. So it is for you. If you want something, you can get it, but it does require extra effort on your part. The reward is that you will get what you are working toward. The reward for your efforts might not appear immediately. For example, raising children is an effort that goes on for a long time. Parenting is also made difficult by all the pressures that are put on children by advertising, television, and peers. How can you serve them hot oatmeal for breakfast when every other child in the world is eating Sugar Loops or some other latest concoction? The picture advises you to follow your instincts regardless of the objections of the little ones. The reward will be that your children will grow up to be healthy, well-adjusted individuals. And again, that was just one specific example. It's not the only example. It's just how you apply the principle, all right? So that was 15. What is next? 33, 30. Lily to the west. And someone just started mowing their lawn. That's annoying. Lily, the period of influence is life, and it's a symbol for faithfulness, all right? You have unearthly happiness is number 3. The general meaning of this picture, it says the lily is another life picture that symbolizes beauty, purity, love, faithfulness, and caring. The lily at Easter stands for death and rebirth. It is a tall, regal, and beautiful flower. Its fragrance is sweet and enduring. The lily is like Christ's life, noble yet gentle and pure. Because it is pure white and has such a heavenly smell, we associate it with heavenly or spiritual powers. The bouquet refers to earthly, physical happiness, while the lily refers to spiritual happiness, all right? And you guys had position 3. You will experience unearthly happiness. This means the happiness is more than being happy over some material gain. It's the pure joy of just being alive, of being a part of this wonderful universe. This feeling can be triggered by some accomplishment by you or someone in your family or workplace. Perhaps you have gotten a promotion, or your daughter has just won a scholarship, or you have just finished weeding your raspberry patch. Whatever the reason, you will have an almost spiritual feeling of happiness. Of course, the picture can also refer to spiritual happiness, the feeling of being one with God. Nice. Let's see. Next you had 32 and then 33. You had 32, which is the moon, and you had that in position 1. Same as Cancer, identical. Period of influence, short to middle, symbol for peace. It says position 1, although your life is uneventful, you have happiness nevertheless. The general meaning of the picture, it says the moon, like the sun, has been worshipped by many cultures. The sun is the overt radiator of energy, while the moon is the covert, hidden reflector of energy. The sun is the yang, the male force, while the moon is the yin, the female force. The moon affects us by its peace, beauty, and mystery. We are just as much attracted to calm, serene, and graceful people as we are to the radiant, full of energy types who represent the sun. Like the earth, which needs both the heat of the sun and the coolness of the moon to maintain life, so we need both aspects of ourselves to stay balanced. There are times when we need to act, and there are times when we need to be calm and reflect on life. I just got time of the season for loving, a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to live. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Our Western culture places a great amount of value on activity, which when carried too far, results in burnout and dissatisfaction. That is why many have been turning to the Eastern culture, to meditation and yoga, to provide the peace that is lacking in our modern urban environment. However, too much inactivity can also lead to unhappiness and misery, as seen in some parts of Asia. Thus, we have to learn to balance both sides of our nature. The moon picture is always a reminder to us to appreciate the calm periods in our lives. The moon changes from full to half to quarter so that the calmness is not static, but ever changing. When we get this picture, it's time to relax, but not to abandon our dreams. It says in position 1, although your life is uneventful, you have happiness nevertheless. The picture tells you to smell the roses, enjoy the life that you are leading at the moment, because it is happiness. We are constantly inundated with information about the lives of the rich and famous, and our own surroundings pale in comparison. However, there is more to happiness than fancy clothes and cars. Nature, family, satisfying work, love, and health are all things that make for happiness. When this picture comes up, take a closer look at what you have and enjoy it to the utmost. Peace doesn't last forever, so take the time to relish it while it is here. The Russian proverb reminds you, what we have, we don't treasure. Having lost it, we cry. Don't waste your time wishing for things that you don't have. Rather, enjoy your peaceful happiness. All right, next is the fish. 33, period of influence, short to middle, symbol for material and or spiritual fortune. And you guys had that in position number 2. If you want success, seek it on the water and not on the land. The fish picture has a dual meaning. On the first level, it stands for plenty, abundance of food. On the second level, the fish symbolizes spiritual life. The picture can be interpreted either way or synergistically. As a picture of plenty, the fish symbolizes the material needs that people have. Fish used to be plentiful in the oceans and seas. If you could find a means of catching the fish, you were guaranteed to make a fortune. On the second level, the fish symbolizes spiritual life. Early Christians used the fish as a symbol to identify themselves. Christ used a few fish to feed thousands of people. After crucifixion, Christ appeared to the fishermen and told them to go forth and spread his word to the world. He divided one loaf of bread to feed all of them. He showed them that their physical needs would be met as long as they grew spiritually. Similarly, in the Buddhist religion, monks who are pursuing spiritual goals are fed by the population at large. The spiritual meaning of the picture is not confined to any particular religion, rather it refers to the universal God. The picture tells you to listen to your inner spiritual feelings, which will guide you to your destination. The fish can also refer to a synergistic combination of the physical and spiritual. The proverb, man does not live by bread alone, says the same thing. For us to be truly happy, we must take care of both our physical and spiritual needs. The picture is a reminder to some that they should be taking care of their spiritual needs at this time. And again, you had it in position 2. If you want success, seek it on the water and not the land. This is similar to the picture in position 1, but less forceful. In position 1, it indicates that you can make a great contribution to humankind, while in position 2, it speaks of lesser, more personal goals. Again, the double meaning. Anything to do with water will bring success. This can be water of any kind, from drinking water to rain clouds to snowmobiles and icebreakers. If you are looking for a job, then look into any area that has something to do with water. If you are looking for a place to live, then somewhere near water will bring you success. On the second level, seek success in non-materialistic ways. Meditation, prayer, and creative visualization are some of the techniques that may help you at this time. These techniques relieve stress and give you peace of mind. Once rested, you can proceed to everyday matters with a much clearer head and rested body. This picture has come up for people who have seemed unlikely to have the sensitivity to seek a spiritual life. On second consideration, these are the very ones who need to get in touch with their spiritual selves. The purely physical existence they are leading isn't making them happy. A number of years ago, a friend's neighbor had a reading done. He was about 50, a carpenter, married, and with grown children. Physically, he had everything he wanted, yet he was so unhappy that his wife was on the verge of leaving him. The picture came up for him in this position. All of a sudden, he began talking about ideas he had that had been dormant. I don't know what happened to him, but I hope that he pursued those seeds of spiritual awakening. All right, there's 33. Let's see, you guys still have 37, 38, 45, and 46. All right, 37 to the east. AJ's being like creepily quiet. 37, angel, period of influence, middle, symbol for guardian angel helping you, all right? And you had it in position 2. Reconciliation will give you joy. General meaning, the angel is my favorite picture. When you get it, it is as though your life lights up like a light bulb. The angel may be our guardian angel that prevents us from false actions and urges us to do good deeds. The angel does not have to be connected to the Christian beliefs. It is a universal spirit of goodness and protection. It is a feeling that one is not alone, that there is a universal power greater than oneself. The power is with us, guiding us to do the best that we can. The power also helps us choose the correct path in life. In all 4 positions, the picture tells you that you are not alone. You are on the correct path. The universal goodness or angel soul will protect you. All right. And you have position 2. Reconciliation will give you joy. All right. The usual reconciliation is between husband and wife, parents and children, or close friends. The relationship is quite close, either with family or people you love. If you are having problems communicating, then the picture tells you that this is a good time to make an effort at reestablishing contact. The other person will be responsive. Great joy will come to both of you from the effort. It is as though heavenly powers want you to reconcile at this time. The picture can also refer to the reconciliation with oneself, accepting some aspect of your life that you can't change, accepting some physical handicap or separation from loved ones that can lead to a positive end, while feelings of anger, despair, or regret simply sap your energies. It is the reconciliation, overcoming your troubles, that gives you a feeling of joy. All right, that was 37. And you guys also had 38, facing south. That is the lady. Period of influence is short. It's the symbol for support and help. You had position 1. A soft feminine hand will support you in time. The general meaning of the picture, it says the lady. It's kind of like the empress in the tarot. It says the lady in the cards symbolizes a feminine force that gives you help and insight. In Homer's Odyssey, the goddess Circe first tricked Odysseus and Ulysses, but later gave him advice that helped him on his journey home. The lady in the cards looks like she is a married woman, but need not be. She is someone who is a mature in outlook and wise enough to give you good advice or simply be there when you need her. Unlike the angel picture, which symbolizes spiritual support, the lady picture means down-to-earth practical support. So you guys have both. That's really good, Scorps. It says the lady could be your mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, friend, co-worker, or anyone who is close enough to help you. When males get this picture, the main idea of support is true for them also. However, in position 2, there's a hint of love present. In the last 2 positions, the picture expresses the negative aspects of the feminine mystique. You guys had position 1. A soft feminine hand will support you in time. This picture comes up quite often for people who are having difficulties. The helping hand usually belongs to someone close to you, but sometimes it can belong to someone that you don't expect at all. Even a stranger who is there when you need him or her. For example, you may be going through a difficult time in your life and be too embarrassed to talk to anyone close, when a social acquaintance may sense your hurt and give you the support that you need. Or it may be that a family member whom you are not close to will come to your aid during a family crisis. Somehow these people know that you need help and they are there, unquestioning and uncritical. When you get this picture, you know that you have support, so look around you, see who is there, and use that person's strength to get you through the difficult time. Great. And then you guys had 45 and 46. 45 is the pig, and you had that in position 4. Period of influence is immediate to middle. It's a symbol for earthly pleasures. You had position 4, which is overindulgence in food will make you sick. General meaning of the picture, the pig is a symbol of prosperity. In the past, it was the rich farmer who had pigs. Owning pigs guaranteed a steady supply of food. On the negative side, the pig symbolizes greed and avarice. The picture suggests material wealth, plenty to eat, contentment, and earthly pleasures, a life free of strife and worry. You had position 4. Overindulgence in food will make you sick. If you have diabetes, ulcers, heart trouble, cancer, arthritis, gallstones, or any other ailment that is affected by diet, you should be very careful with your food intake when this picture appears. In the past, I have had several gallstone attacks. I have kept the attacks under control by not eating fatty foods. This picture is always a warning to me that I am getting careless and that unless I go back to my diet, I will get sick. Even if you do not suffer from any ailment, you should be more careful with your food and drink intake. Perhaps you are eating too much junk food and should start eating more healthy foods. Poor eating habits lead to many kinds of illnesses. The picture is telling you that your eating habits need improved. Mine is not drinking enough water. I dehydrate so quickly and I get kidney stones all the damn time. So drink water with me, Scorps. All right, and your very last one, number 46. facing to the west, the bridge, period of influence, short to life, symbol for deliberate change. It says, no matter where you go, the past will pursue you. Oh, lovely. I can't wait. General meaning, this is one of the life pictures. The bridge symbolizes our ability to change our circumstances. We often refer to life as a road. A bridge is an example of our manipulation of our environment, the ability to change the road that we are on. We don't have to sit and wait for nature to take its course. Instead, we can change the environment to suit our purpose. This picture emphasizes that we have some control over our lives, that our willpower is stronger than fate. All right, and you guys had number 3. No matter where you go, the past will pursue you. I'll find you. You will not escape your problems by running away. It is better to face up to the situation and try to solve it than run away. The picture may refer to parents or children that you can't get rid of. They may have inflicted pain on you, and you are trying to avoid them, yet no matter what you do, they will stay in the picture. The best thing to do is reconcile with them so that they are not a negative influence in your life. On the positive side, the picture may refer to good things that have happened to you in the past. Perhaps you were a national swimming champion, a good bridge player, an actor or actress, or excelled in some other field. The fame and glory of your early years will stay with you. You can ignore it or you can use it to your advantage. The picture may also refer to a person that you have known, a spouse, friend, or relative. The person may have died or gone away, yet the memory of him or her will stay with you always. It is good to have the memories as long as they don't interfere with your present life. All right, Scorpio, that was all of yours. I hope I didn't miss any. I don't think I did. But yeah, all right, Scorps, that's what I have for you guys. If you guys want your very own custom personal reading from the Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards, hit me up. My email address, ASouthernStrega@gmail.com. It's in the description box also, if you can't understand my fast talking. All right, love you, Scorpios. Catch you on the next one. Bye. Alrighty, Pisces. 47. Pisces. Let's see. You guys had a bunch of messages. Your first one, number 8. Let's see. Number 8 was the hearse. Scorpio had that also. Period of influence is immediate to middle. It is the symbol for danger to physical and emotional state. And you guys had position 2, same as Scorpio, a loss of condition, although only temporarily. It says the general meaning of this picture, the picture at first appears frightening because it indicates death. However, it does not mean that death is imminent. It only warns us of the possibility. The firewood picture also deals with health problems, but of a more minor nature. When you get the hearse picture, as you have here, you know that the problem is serious and not to be avoided. Unlike the other pictures, which are usually positive in position 1 and get more negative, the hearse is the opposite. If the picture appears completed on the last card, we didn't have that. All right, so you guys had number 2, a loss in condition or state, although only temporarily. This is a feeling of total helplessness and not knowing what to do. An emotional upheaval has left you temporarily unstable, off balance. The family, loss of a job, the emotional upheaval may have been brought about by a death in the family, loss of a job, finding out that your spouse is unfaithful, children rebelling, or not knowing what to do next in your life. The positive aspect of this card is that it tells you that this is a temporary state. When you look at the situation carefully, you will realize that it is not of your doing. You can't change it, but you can only endure it. All of us have difficult situations thrust upon us at some times in our lives. If you can regard the situation as temporary, you can live through it with a minimum amount of damage to your health and emotional well-being. Good deal. What's next? 22. To the south. 22 is the road. Period of influence is middle to life. And it says the symbol for the path in life. Yours is number 1, happy path or road. General meaning says the road symbolizes your path in life. The road ahead may be smooth, indicating that there are no major problems in your life at this time, or with the picture in the last 2 positions, which is not what you have, the road may be less smooth. For those wishing to travel, this is one of the best pictures. In second position, it not only indicates travel, but shows as well that it's going to be a joyful journey, all right? You had number 1, position 1, facing south. Happy road. Your life is going great right now. Your work, home, recreation, and spiritual life are all on the right path. If you are asking the cards whether you should travel at this time or not, then the picture is telling you that this is definitely a good time to plan a trip. If you are doing a reading in January for the whole year, the picture tells you that a trip is in store for you during the year. One year, 3 of us desperately wanted to go to Europe for the summer. The picture showed up for only one of us. One of the friends, who doesn't really believe in fortune telling, went ahead and planned her trip regardless of the fact that this picture didn't show up for her. A month before she was supposed to leave, her friends in England informed her that they were being moved back to Canada. Her trip had to be canceled. I also wanted to go, regardless of the cards, but found that unexpected obstacles, dental work, kept me from leaving. The one friend who had the pictures show up had an unexpected death in the family and didn't know if she would go or not. Finally, she decided to go. It was a fantastic holiday for her, and the situation at home worked out well in spite of her absence. So that was 22. All right. You also had 23, facing to the west, which is mice. Period of influence is immediate, symbol for loss or finding of material articles. You had the same as Cancer, all right? You had a theft. General meaning of the picture: mice are industrious little animals that exist on what they can forage or steal around the house. Thus, the mice picture symbolizes the loss or finding of material goods. It is a relatively minor picture unless what you have lost is of value to you. The picture is helpful in that it tells you whether to exert energy searching for the object or not. You have position 3, which is a theft. Don't leave valuable goods lying around, as they may be taken in the same way that mice eat food that is left out. Make sure your doors are locked and the locks work properly. This is not a time to be careless with your possessions. Jewelry, camera, bikes, and all such objects should be safely put away so that they are not a temptation to anyone. Be careful of the people around you and don't venture into unknown territory. Theft or robbery is possible. Remember, thieves don't like to be caught. Therefore, by taking preventative measures, you may avoid the theft. All right. That was 23. What do you have next? 27. South. I think AJ finally tapped out, y'all. My little baby. 27 to the south. The letter, period of influence, immediate to short, symbol for news from a distance. It says happiness will come to you from far away. That's position 1 that you got. General meaning of the picture: ever since humans learned to write and read, the letter has been a means of spreading information. It says, and delivering news. Thus, the letter picture indicates some type of news. Its period of influence is immediate and of short duration, as news becomes old very fast. All right, you have position 1. Happiness will come to you from far away. It could come by letter or by other more modern means, such as telephone, telex, whatever that is, computer, or fax machine. How about text? The news could be something that will affect your life and make you happy, like your proposal or request for something has been accepted. On the other hand, the news could be regarding someone else who is close to you. Something good has happened in this person's life, and you are happy knowing this. All right, that was 27. What is next? 33, 34, 35, and 36. Yikes, y'all on a roll. 33 through 36. 33 is the fish. Period of influence, short to middle, symbol for material and or spiritual fortune. You guys had it in position number 4, which says, in a difficult moment, you won't sink, but you will rise to the surface. The general meaning of this picture says the fish has a dual meaning. On the first level, it stands for plenty, abundance of food. On the second level, the fish symbolizes spiritual life. The picture can be interpreted either way or synergistically. As a picture of plenty, the fish symbolizes the material needs that people have. Fish used to be plentiful in the ocean and seas. If you could find a means of catching the fish, you were guaranteed to make a fortune. On the second level, the fish symbolizes spiritual life. Early Christians used the fish as a symbol to identify themselves. Christ used a few fish to feed thousands of people. After crucifixion, Christ appeared to the fishermen and told them to go forth and spread his word to the world. He divided 1 loaf of bread to feed all of them. He showed them that their physical needs would be met as long as they grew spiritually. Similarly, in the Buddhist religion, monks who are pursuing spiritual goals are fed by the population at large. The spiritual meaning of this picture is not confined to any particular religion. Rather, it refers to the universal God. The picture tells you to listen to your inner spiritual feelings, which will guide you to your destination. The fish can also refer to a synergistic combination of the physical and spiritual. The proverb, "Man does not live by bread alone," says the same thing. For us to be truly happy, we must take care of both our physical and spiritual needs. The picture is a reminder to some that they should be taking care of their spiritual needs at this time. You guys had position 4. It says, "In a difficult moment, you will not sink, but will rise to the surface. No matter what blow life may deal you, you will be able to handle it." This picture appears when people feel down, disappointed, or abandoned. The picture is always a support and uplifting force. It tells you that you have the courage and inner resources to rise above any problems. Your best character traits will come to the surface and will help you out of your difficulty. If it is finding a job, getting over a broken marriage or a love affair, or recovering from anything that has you down, you will be able to master the situation. Remember David and Goliath. David, even with all the odds against him, was able to slay Goliath. If your troubles seem so insurmountable that suicide seems the only way out, don't do it. I repeat, don't do it. It is not only your inner strength that makes you rise to the surface. Like the water currents that help a fish rise to the surface, so heavenly powers will assist you in surmounting your problems. Love it. All right, you had 34. To the east, that's the owl. Period of influence is short. It is the symbol for problems with immediate projects. Yours says, "Your cunning schemes will be exposed." General meaning of the picture: in Western society, the owl has stood for wisdom. This is probably because the owl doesn't seem to waste energy. It looks like it is thinking or observing a situation very carefully before attacking its prey. In Eastern cultures, the owl is looked at in a more negative way. Too much yin, almost like a ghost, although not as evil. Both interpretations are suited to the owl picture. Generally, the card refers to projects that we have undertaken. These are usually vital to our existence, just as the prey is vital to the owl's existence. In every position, the picture tells us to look carefully at our projects, as there seem to be some problems with them. All right? You got position 2. Your cunning actions or schemes will be exposed. You only need to worry if what you have been doing is underhanded or illegal. Most of us do plan projects that we are afraid to talk about because people might laugh at us or talk us out of our plans. These plans need to be kept personal till the right time. The owl picture can refer to these plans, telling you that it is time to make public your plans. The picture indicates that there is an element of cunning to your plans. Are you doing something that is underhanded? Are you doing something that might hurt someone else, or simply something to protect yourself? Sometimes at work there are people who are self-centered. Unless we look after our own interest, we are left with all the unwanted chores and jobs. Since the picture tells you that your slyness will be exposed, make sure that you do not appear in a bad light. As long as you haven't done anything intentionally to hurt someone else, you don't need to be overly apologetic or act guilty. Sometimes by exposing the scheme yourself, you take the sting out of it. Just remember that everything you do can come to light, so make sure you are honest in all of your covert actions. All right, that's 34. And then we had 35, which was the anchor, and you guys had that in the 3rd position. Disillusionment with the ideal or doubts. Its period of influence is middle, the symbol for stability or hindrance. It says the anchor refers to stability. Sailors use the anchor to secure their boats once they have reached a safe harbor. In the first 2 positions, the picture tells you that you have reached a safe haven in your life. You had it in the last 2 positions, all right? It says in the first 2 positions, your love relationships, home, or work are safe, giving you protection and stability. Anchors, however, can also be a hindrance, preventing movement. In the last 2 positions, which is what you had, this picture suggests that you may have doubts or have actually chosen a wrong place to anchor. All right? And you guys had, what did I say? 35 to the left. Number 3, disillusionment with the ideal and doubts. You don't know if you have chosen the right place to put your anchor down. This card often comes up if you have problems with a situation or you've reached an impasse in your life. For example, you could be disappointed with the relationship you are having with the person you love and begin to wonder if the person is the right one for you. Or you could be disappointed with your children because they are not behaving the way that you want them to. You begin to doubt yourself as a good parent. We also have doubts many times in our lives relating to the job or occupation that we have chosen. Did we make the right decision, or are we wasting our time? The important thing to remember when you get this picture is that it doesn't tell you that you have done something wrong, only that you are disappointed that it isn't the way that you envisioned it to be. It is a time to re-examine your priorities, to look at your life from all angles, to see if you have made some mistakes that have led you to this disillusioned period. Have you put down your anchor prematurely or in the wrong place? This is not a time to wallow in self-pity, but to do some constructive thinking. It is a time to pull up the anchor and begin solving the problem in a new creative way. The disillusionment will not last forever unless you let it. Good advice. All right, 36, handshake. Period of influence, middle to life. The symbol for state of the union between two people. You had, again, position 3. The handshake will weaken if you don't make the effort to strengthen it. General meaning or picture, it says the handshake has usually signified an agreement between two people, whether for friendly or business reasons. The picture quite often refers to the state of a marriage or union that you have. The branches and ring pictures also pertain to the union but have slightly different meanings. When the handshake picture comes up in the first two positions, you know that your relationship with a loved one is on solid ground. You are more than lovers, you are also friends. In the last two positions, which is what you guys had, the picture warns you of a weakening of the union. The picture also can refer to a business deal, especially if the deal depends on the partners being good friends. The meaning in this case is similar to that given for a romantic union between people, except that the words business deal should replace the words union or relationship. You guys have position 3. The handshake will weaken if you don't make an effort to strengthen it. This is a sound warning telling you that your union is in danger. You should devote more time to the other person or to the relationship. Quite often, we get so carried away with our jobs, activities, or children that we forget to put the same amount of energy into our closest relationships. Or when we get bored with the other person or the relationship and think we are justified in seeking other stimulants. If the picture comes up in this position, then it is time for you to take a closer look at your relationship. Do you want to continue it? And if so, what can you do to strengthen the bond? The picture warns you that it is up to you to make the effort to strengthen this relationship. It is you and not the other person who is at fault. Remember that spouses don't usually stray from a healthy, vital relationship. Look into the past and try to remember what brought the two of you together in the first place. Then do whatever pleases the other person to rekindle the old romantic spark. Or cut down on the outside activities with which you are involved in order to devote more time to the relationship. In either case, you'll be a winner because you will regain a strong relationship, which is the main support that you have in life. Yeah, this is not my advice. This is author advice. I don't know how much I co-sign on that one. I don't feel like you should ever bow down and get rid of your personal whatever to appease somebody or suck up to somebody, or I don't know. Unless it really was your fault and you were doing something wrong. Anyways, all right, that's what that one was. All right. Yeah, it says in either case, you'll be a winner because you will regain a strong relationship, which is the main support that you have in life. All right, so that was 36. What do you guys have left? You have 41, 45, 46, and 47. You guys are getting yours all in a row. That's weird. All right, so 41 was the cat, and you had that in position 4. You will unexpectedly be badly scratched. Period of influence is short. It's a symbol for hidden danger. The cat was first domesticated in Egypt about 2,600 years ago. The ancient Egyptians believed cats were sacred. They worshipped a goddess named Bastet, who they pictured with the body of a woman and the head of a cat. However, cats have not always been well liked. During the Dark Ages in Europe, many people were afraid of cats. They thought cats had magical powers and were the friends of witches. Today, cats live all over the world as household pets. Yet, even though the cat has been domesticated for such a long time, it still maintains its wild characteristics and can strike out at any time. The cat picture represents someone who can be charming to you or can turn around and unexpectedly scratch you. Catty characteristics have been associated with female behavior. However, men can and do behave in the same fashion. You guys have position 4. You will be badly scratched. It says this usually refers to a verbal attack or a catty remark that someone makes to you. It is usually unprovoked by you and not deserved. The best way to act is not to get angry or upset, but simply to ask the person, "Why are you saying this?" This puts the onus of justifying the remark on the person. Silence is also a good rebuttal to catty remarks. Don't give the person the pleasure of seeing you get irritated or disturbed. You should also be wise enough to avoid provoking a verbal attack. Don't poke the bear. Refrain from boorish acts that irritate people, like dropping in uninvited. The Russians say an uninvited guest is worse than a Tartar. The Tartars were Mongolian invaders of Russia during the Middle Ages. If you behave boorishly, expect to be criticized. All right. And then we had 45, 46, and 47. 45 is the pig. Period of influence, immediate to middle, symbol for earthly pleasures. And you guys had your greed will be punished. Jeez, Pisces, you're getting read to filth in this reading. General meaning of the picture, the pig is a symbol of prosperity. In the past, it was the rich farmer who had pigs. Owning pigs guaranteed a steady supply of food. On the negative side, the pig symbolizes greed and avarice. The picture suggests material wealth, plenty to eat, contentment, and earthly pleasures, a life free of strife and worry. You guys had position 3, your greed will be punished. This is the negative aspect of the picture. It tells you to take only what you need at this time and to let the rest be shared. It can also be warning you to that you want too many material possessions, a larger house than you need, a bigger car, or such. If you are going into debt for those possessions, then you should stop spending. Lock up your charge cards and wait until a more suitable time. Taking financial risks or speculating at this time is discouraged. In a family situation, if you are demanding more money from your spouse or relatives than is necessary, it will result in bad feelings and arguments. At work, if you are picking the choicest assignments, you will arouse antagonism from your coworkers. Be fair at this time, otherwise you are doing harm to yourself in the long run. Sexually, if you have more lovers than you need, you will get into trouble. Just FYI. All right, 46 is the bridge, short to life, period of influence, symbol for deliberate change. You guys had position 4 again. If you want freedom, create a bridge over the chasm. General meaning of the picture, this is one of the life pictures. The bridge symbolizes our ability to change our circumstances. We often refer to life as a road. A bridge is an example of our manipulation of our environment, the ability to change the road that we are on. We don't have to sit and wait for nature to take its course. Instead, we can change the environment to suit our own purposes. This picture emphasizes that we have some control over our lives. That free will, baby. That our willpower is stronger than fate. Yours says, if you want freedom, create a bridge over the chasm. Seek a new solution to your problem. Rather than getting stuck in your problem, create a new bridge that will let you step over it. For example, if you are having marital problems and communication or tears are not resolving the problem, try a new approach. Think back to find an activity the two of you truly enjoy together. If it is sex, then meet him or her at the door with a martini and nothing else. If it is dinner out, then make a reservation at the best gourmet restaurant. If it is going to ball games, buy 2 tickets and surprise him or her. Doing things together that please both of you can bridge the gap no matter how wide it is. Too often we get so bogged down in our own problems that we forget that there are solutions. If you can't think of anything yourself, then seek the advice of those who can help you. Counselors, psychiatrists, doctors, ministers are all trained and willing to help you understand and overcome your problems. Whew. And the last message for the water signs is demons. I see you guys got demons. In position number 3, it says the period of influence is short. It's the symbol for subconscious negative thoughts, self-sabotage, basically. The meaning in this position says too much unrestrained merriment occurs before chagrin. General meaning, it says demons are your inner conflicts, the negative thoughts that cause doubt or urge retaliation. Sometimes the demons are the base side of your nature, which wants to strike back in a cruel or careless manner when you are hurt. As a child, I remember being told that the angel sits on one shoulder and protects your actions, while the devil sits on your other shoulder, urging you to do evil deeds. We are all familiar with the saying, the devil made me do it. The picture in all positions urges you to control the negative side of your nature, as it will only lead to further unpleasantness. Position 3, it says too much unrestrained merriment occurs before grief or chagrin. Don't do foolish things in the name of fun. Sometimes we drink too much, talk too much, or do something unlawful in the name of fun, but the next day we regret our actions. The picture doesn't tell you not to have a good time, only to be careful of your actions. If you're drinking, then don't drive, as accidents may occur. Aging Lotharios, thinking of spicing up their life with some new romance, should pay heed to the Russian proverb, gray hair in the beard, but the devil in the ribs. Adam got Eve from his rib. Some men, as they get older, begin to chase women. The picture warns you that what you think is fun, chasing women, may make you appear foolish in other people's eyes. Also, in today's society, indiscriminate and unprotected sex can lead to all kinds of infections and subsequent grief. The picture can apply to women's actions as well as men's. Interesting little reading there, Pisces, and that is where I'm going to stop this read for today. If you guys want a more personal reading tailored to just you and your energies, my info is in the description box below, and I would love to do that for you. All right, just reference Gypsy Oracle card reading in your email when you send it. All right, that's what I got for you guys, Pisces. I will catch you on the next one. I love y'all. Bye.